Morning everybody, lovely to be here again. Today's topic is going to be on communications, communication between men and women. I know for guys, sometimes you just can't figure out what they're trying to tell you. You just listen and it just doesn't seem to make any sense to us. It's not that we're stupid, it's that we just don't think the same way that women do. We're very blunt. If you want something, tell us. Don't drop hints, we don't do hints. Hints don't work.
They don't.
Hints don't work, no.
No, we don't. We know.
I know it sounds odd, but Lynn can actually teach you how to understand women. She teach guys how to understand women.
Being a woman.
Little story for you. You know, there's the story of the guy walking along the beach at St Kilda, guy from Tasmania, and he really wanted to go home. So he's found the proverbial bottle on the beach there, the lamp on the beach, and he's given it a shine. Out comes the genie. And he says, "You beauty, 3 wishes." Genie said, "No, I'm a 1-wish genie. Think about what you want, you can have it." He says, "Wow." He said, "Well, look, I'm from Tasmania." He said, "What I'd like is a bridge over to Tasmania so I can just drive there anytime I like." And the genie said, "Seriously? Do you have any idea the structural stresses on that bridge? Any idea of the materials that would be used? Any idea of the hazard to shipping? Silly request. Think of something else." He says, "Oh." He said, "Well, I'll tell you what I would like." He said, "I'd like to understand women." The genie went, He said, "How many lanes do you want on that bridge?" We don't think the same way. Have you ever been in a situation where your wife, your girlfriend, your partner is talking to you and she's frustrated about something that might be happening at work, might be happening at home, and it's, "Oh, this person at work, they're doing this and they're doing that and they're really annoying me." You say, "Well, go over and tell them what's wrong, or go and see HR and tell it to them, or do you want me to go down there and snot somebody?" And she goes off at you, and you think, "Well, what's wrong?" The problem is that women have 2 modes of talking to you. The primary mode is listen to me. She's frustrated, she's upset with something, she talks it out. That's what women do, they talk things out. Guys go out and solve things. If you go into fix-it mode when she wants you to be in listen mode, you are going to have some problems. That is why she starts looking at you like you've got 3 heads, when all you wanted to do was solve the problem. She didn't want you to solve the problem, she wanted you to listen. Guys, it's okay when you're having a conversation to say, "Wait, am I in fix-it mode or am I in listen mode?" Girls, it's okay when your man asks you, "Is it fix-it mode or is it listen mode?" And it's okay to say to him, "Listen, this is fix-it mode or this is listen mode," so that we understand. We're not mind readers, we don't get it. It's not an insult that we don't understand, it's because we're guys. How'd that sound?
That sounds great, and it's so true. And I've had to learn to say, "Hey, this is just download mode," because I'd actually get really frustrated because I'd be just debriefing and I'd want to find the answers myself. I actually needed to speak it out. I think you've probably heard that women use a lot more words than what men do. We sort of use about our 8,000 words a day, where men use their 2,000. And if you've had any toddlers, you'll actually see that girls are talking and boys are busy making noises, brum brum, or flying their aeroplane, choo choo, and they don't use their words as much. And so we actually as women need that time, and we need our men to listen. And I know it's so hard because men do listen in that fix-it mode. Now we as a woman, I'm accused of doing that as well, but sometimes we forget and we're just thinking we need to fix things. But we want to listen in that download. We want them to listen in that download mode, so we can find the answers ourselves. And what happens is they've come up with these really, really brilliant ideas of how to fix things. However, I had no intentions of fixing it that way, or even wanting to fix it that way. It's not my personality, it's not my style. He doesn't know the whole big picture, and then he gets frustrated because I ignore his advice. And then he feels like I'm disrespecting him, and we just come into this chaos where all I wanted was for him to just listen and let me find my own answers. And he wanted to fix it for me, but it wasn't the time.
I wanted to fix it for her. Whatever was wrong, I wanted to fix it for her. It's not what she wanted.
No, and there's times where I definitely want fix-it mode. If I'm broken down the side of the road and I need help, I want to ring and say, I don't want him to say, how are you feeling about that? I want him to say, I'm coming out, or have you rung RACQ, or whatever. I want fix-it mode.
And we have learned to say to each other, this is listen mode, or this is fix-it mode. And to be able to respect each other's desire on that, and not having to mind read. It's fabulous. And this, guys, is how you can actually understand how a woman is talking to you. Amazing. Simple, works. We missed out on the bridge to Tassie.
But it does help the relationships, and it stops confusion and hurt, allows us as women to be heard and help us find our own answers, allows men to, to still be our heroes and fix things at the times we want them to fix, and not feel disappointed if we haven't taken on their good advice. Because we actually probably didn't want it in the first place, we just wanted to find the answers ourselves. So we've had a few good arguments over the years on that one, and really learned just how important that is. And seriously, guys, it lets you off the hook a little bit, because you don't have to listen in fix-it mode. Listen to understand. And women talk to be heard. That's all we're wanting. We want to just listen. We don't want you to fix it. We don't want you to debate with us. We don't want you to give us the mathematical equation of whatever. We just want to be heard.
Despite the fact that sometimes it feels like all they want to do is listen to their own voices, apparently they do want to be heard. So, yep, yep is a repertoire we all need to learn. Sounds like you're listening, paying attention.
Excuse me, I hope you are listening.
Of course.
So, and we are making light, because we know humour is a great way of actually remembering things as well. And so that's just one really good hint, is please, as women sometimes say, how is it that you want them to listen? Is this a fix-it mode, or is this a download mode? It lets them go into the right system almost, because if they're in fix-it mode, you want their advice. If they're in download mode, if you're in download mode or just listen mode, you're just wanting them to listen. And that can really bring connection to the two of them.
It makes things so much easier.
Yeah. So that's one hint on communication. And the other hint, and so today's video is a little bit longer, because we actually thought these two things go hand in hand, and communication is one of the biggest issues that people come for relationship counselling for. And so there's 5 stages of communication, and really, if we can learn, because have you ever had arguments where you say, the one partner says, you never talk to me, or you never listen to me, and you're thinking, I'm always talking, I'm always listening, and you have no idea what your partner's talking about. And it's because sometimes we get stuck. And there is 5 stages, and I actually ask my clients to imagine driving a manual car. Now, I know that's not always there, but there's a manual car, and there's 5 stages. You've got first gear, and first gear is just cliche, like hello, hi, and we all do that. Second is just fact. So today, for us, it's fact. It's actually January. I don't know when you're watching this, but for us, it's January, and it's sunny outside.
And it's warm.
And so that's fact. And then we go to thought. And, most couples will stop at that. So that's first and second gear. Third gear is thought. So what's my thought about it being January? I'm looking forward to the beginning of the year. I'm looking forward to what we're launching. And, I love this time of year. And that's my thought. Now, we could have that conversation where we talk about fact and thought about January. And sometimes I might feel disappointed going, but we didn't go deeper. And people sort of look and going, what are you talking about? We've talked about fact, we've talked about thought. The next one is feelings. So what are our feelings? So, and I'll go first, and then Steve will go next about his feelings and what his fact and thoughts are. So I'm going to go through the 5 levels, and then Steve's going to go through the 5 levels as well. So we've just said hello.
What?
He might be talking about his 5 feelings of doing this on camera. It's January, it's the beginning of the year, I'm excited. My feelings are, it's a new year, a great opportunity to start something new. My passion to be able to get this message across, to help other couples. It's really exciting. It excites me. I'm excited that my husband is actually investing in my dream, that he's helping me with this, that together we can get that message across. And you know what? That's my feelings. I'm just so grateful and thankful to him. I'm excited, and I'm just really at peace. And meaning, I really do want to make a difference in relationships. So many relationships just lose their way. We have to do driving lessons to get a driver's license, and sometimes we don't even know what we don't know with relationship counselling. And this is an opportunity to be able to teach people anywhere what are some of the fundamentals in relationship counselling and how we can make a difference, and that you can have that long-lasting love. So for me, life hacks for lasting love is really important. So that's my meaning. And you now know a little bit about me. I love to see healthy relationships flourish.
I wasn't warned that I was going to be doing this part. Yes, it's January, it's hot. We're in Australia, Southern Hemisphere. The beaches are gorgeous, the sun is shining. I'm surprised at how much I'm enjoying working with my wife, changing my occupational status to working in what is her brainchild, her baby. I'm excited to be here, and it's a lot of fun. I hope you guys give us some feedback so that
Please.
we know what you're thinking. You've got a topic you want to talk about? Let us know. We'll do some research. We'll look at ourselves and see what we've learned over the years. 30 odd years, long time. Did I say that last time?
Yes, you have. So we have a lot of different things, but now we actually talk at that meaning level, that feeling level, that he's excited. I'd be frustrated when he'd just give me fact and thought when I wanted the real, who is Steve? And I think there's a lot of people out there who can relate to that, and these are the 5 steps. Cliche, fact, thought, feelings, and then meaning. Just like when you're changing your gears in your car, if you try to go on a highway and stay in 3rd gear, which is what a lot of people do, not just males, a lot of people, and you're doing 110 kilometres an hour, the car starts rattling, starts shaking, and that's what your partner will do when they want you to move out of fact and thought, because that's where we fight, and move into feeling. Once you move into 4th gear, you start having that heart-to-heart conversation rather than the head-to-head where there's competition, intellect, all the other things that are happening, and moving into that heart-to-heart space. And then even more, if you want more value, you move into meaning. What does this mean for you? So practice it. I can talk on any issue, whether it be football or anything, and to go through those 5 levels to help you know how to have those conversations.
And just like the car, your relationship is like the car. You leave it in 3rd gear, you're doing 110 down the highway, the smoke will start to come out, and the burning will start to happen, and it's not going to be good for anything.
So today's message is, remember, whenever you're having a conversation, either way, because it's not always just the gender, we're talking on overall mostly, but it happens both ways. So both of you, remember to ask, is this fix-it mode or is it just listen mode? And then remember, when you're having those conversations, move into the 5 stages. Move out of fact and thought into feeling and meaning. See you next week.
Thanks, guys.